All right, everybody, we are live. Happy Halloween. I think that is Dave's Halloween costume. I'm not sure. Or he's just really upset that some of the coins have been found already. One or the other. How's it going, Dave? Can you hear me? He's there. He's there, guys. He's okay. Hey, there he is. Yeah.
How you doing, Mike? How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Fire away. No, we're not mad that anything has been found. It's been fantastic.
That was the point, right? To get them out there.
Well, it was the point. We had no idea how hard we knew how easy some of them were. We had no idea how fast any of them would be solved. Although obviously the Hollywood one, that was the slam dunk and everybody knew it.
Right.
But the main problem was we had no idea the mailing system was going to be so horrendous. Just a nightmare. We had delayed this since February. We were essentially ready to go in February or March. We wanted to partner with a comic book guy. I'm not going to say who it is, but we wanted to partner with a comic book guy who does all his own distribution. And I think we talked about this before the hunt started.
Okay.
He's got a warehouse. He's got the mailing system set up. That's what he does. He mails things out and keeps track of things. And yes, it's going to be a little more expensive, but okay, that's who we wanted to partner with. And we had reached out to him and made some contact, but he never said no. He never said yes. And so we're like, it's October. Well, it was at the time we decided we got to do this.
Right.
I think it was September or mid-August or September. We finally said, we have to do this.
On your own.
We'll do it ourselves. How bad could it be?
Right.
And so here we go. We're going to do it ourselves. And we had hundreds of people registered, and we're like, okay, fantastic. We've got all the books. We stuffed all the envelopes. We labeled all the stuff. We had a thing with a postage meter that we thought, okay, we're going to do a postage meter. And that was the first thing that we jettisoned. We ordered this postage meter a month and a half before it was really necessary. And luckily we did, because when we got it and set it up, it requires a PC. It doesn't work with a Mac.
Oh.
Now, in all of the conversations with the guy, never mentioned it.
One little detail he didn't say.
And Kessler and I both have Macs. We do not have PCs. So down to Walmart we go. We buy a cheap laptop. We get that set up. We get the postage meter set up. I swear to you, they haven't updated the system since 1987. This is a screen comes on the meter and it says press OK, and the OK is on the screen, but it's not. It's not a touch screen.
Right.
We're sitting there getting OK, and we're like, why isn't the screen working? And it turns out that one of the buttons is the OK button, but it doesn't say OK on it.
That's great.
So so we ended up jettisoning the postage meter idea, because the whole thing was, you not only had to have the meter, you also had to have a printer. Didn't mention that. You had to have an account for the meter and an account for the postage. And we're both Kessler and I were used to, like, we have Macs. We take things out of the box and they work immediately and intuitively. You don't have to call two separate customer service places to get it going. So that's the first thing we jettisoned. We said, look.
So you didn't use it?
We didn't even use it. It's sitting right here.
If anybody wants one,
anyone wants a. Well, no, we had to lease it and sign a contract.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's going to be sitting there for. I'm giving it the salute. It's going to be sitting there till March or April or something. We probably can send it back.
Right.
So that was the first thing that we jettisoned. So a lot of you will have labels that are printed labels. Some of you will have labels that suspiciously look like I might have just written the address on it, which I did. So that was the first thing, first indications of problems was like, hey, we're sailing through an iceberg flow. Man, we missed that one though. There were no, that wasn't a good iceberg. And so we really honestly thought that everyone's going to have their mail in 4 days, at the least 2 to 4 days. So Saturday was the 4th day. And of course, I was getting emails and Facebook posts all day long. Clearly, people did not have their stuff by 4 days. In fact, I got an email, 2 emails yesterday from someone in Dallas and someone in the Houston area. And I'm in the Austin area, and they still didn't have their books.
That's crazy.
I could have literally rode a bike,
right,
to deliver them.
That's a post office for you.
So it's live and learn. We will never do that again.
Well, and it's not just you guys. If you paid attention to the YouTube channel, we were live earlier because there's another treasure hunt where some people got their books and like 98% of the other people did not.
Wow.
And people are not happy about it.
Is that the JCB?
The JCB hunt.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazon still shows November 14th for some people, and some people got it today. So,
well, see, now that's another thing. I did catch some of that JCB stream, and he had, I remember there was a statement in there. He said, we might sell out of our print run.
Yeah, he sent an email out to everybody that registered and said, you may order it now because when this print run is done, I don't know when there's going to be a second printing.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
so that's another problem. Yeah.
We decided to overprint.
Okay.
We rolled the dice and said, look, we're going to have to order way more than we think we might need, because the very first treasure hunt, thank you to Nancy Zitko and Beth Hovanek, they found the Z, and we ended up on TMZ.
Nice.
And so that was on I think a Friday or a Saturday. We ended up on TMZ Live on Monday because 2 different Las Vegas stations carried that story on Friday, Saturday, and TMZ picked it up, and they're on Monday. So we had an awesome weekend. Good. We didn't make money.
All right.
We still had an awesome weekend.
You gave away what, 40 grand for that one? Yeah.
We were 40 grand. So we happily lost money there. Now for this hunt, we knew that if any one of our hunts, any one of our things gets found and gets local exposure, it could potentially go national. But even if it got local exposure, we wanted to have enough books to say, okay, great. Look, we had 500 pre-sales,
right?
And we just got blitzed in Austin, Texas, and now we have another 900 in one day. So we wanted to be able to meet that demand. But we also were going to do an electronic version eventually. We got caught short on Saturday because we didn't realize we would need the electronic version on Saturday.
Yeah.
So, and a little inside baseball on that is when you're sending your file to the printer to have it printed, you don't send one 28-page PDF. You send 28 one-page PDFs.
Okay.
And then they go ahead and stitch them together. That's so that you can move individual pages around and inside cover, back cover, etc. So on the Saturday, I am here, putting pages together, trying to create a PDF, a 28-page PDF that then we can start blitzing out to people, which we did by the middle of the day or end of the day. So, we had to send them
to make it right. Yeah.
Trying the best that we possibly can, because obviously we said 2 to 4 days and it wasn't 4 days.
Yeah.
So we blitzed everything out. There are some minor variations in the PDF version of the book and the actual version of the book, which makes no difference to any of the solutions of the puzzle.
Okay. It's still fully solvable. Okay.
When I was stitching things together on some of the pages, there's little tiny graphics, or there's a word drops down to this line, or maybe there's an ER instead of an ED. Anything that was critical to the solution of a puzzle was absolutely proofread.
Okay.
The other 28 pages, there might be something that slips through where someone goes, hey, my book and my my comic book and my PDF don't match, because now my book arrived 2 days later, and I also have my PDF. So go with the book version, but know that you can use either version.
Okay.
And the puzzles are solvable. And there's at this point only 4 left. But if you were to get that,
out of the 11, 7 have been solved. Is that correct?
Technically, solution number 1 was that screwy ballyhooey Hollywood that ended up in Glendale, a half a mile from the Ping Pong Productions studios, and the coin came up missing. That was hidden by Jeff Kessler. He flew. He made kind of a West Coast trip, and he was also our Hawaii guy. And the coin was missing. Probably found by a little kid underneath the slide. Barbara Hamrick was both the finder and the solver. Hooray for Barbara. Yeah. She had sent the solution and then said, well, I'm going to go in the morning. And I said to her, well, okay.
Right.
And she was in Orange County. And I thought, well, I don't know what.
Right.
We'll go overnight. Well, anyway, she waited overnight. She went, the coin was gone. A second searcher also went, the coin was not there. And Kessler had only put it there 2 weeks earlier. His trip was, let me look at the calendar. I want to say he was there the 5th and 6th, or 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that was his trip, out to the West Coast and beyond. So the coin's missing. We started the 48-hour clock. Barbara is considered the winner and probably just found by some little kid. Our second solution was Knoxville, Tennessee. Sean Cronin, congratulations to Sean.
Another friend.
And he was your guy too, right?
Yeah, he found ours just last week.
Yeah. So Sean Cronin goes back to back. He's like Shohei Ohtani.
And he was telling me he never finds anything. So congrats, Sean.
He's 2 for 2. Yeah, and he called Allison Lyon, who is Jared Lyon's sister.
Oh, Jared, nice. Jared's
the big hunter. In fact, we're going to mention Jared later. And she just happened to be vacationing close enough to go get it.
That's hilarious.
She normally lives in Vermont.
Right.
Which is not close enough to Knoxville to be able to drive there in time, because a second team was searching in Knoxville, but they were in the wrong park.
Okay.
And it was Morningside Park, and that is the park in which we had to put the addendum for everyone, the errata, because the Math Heroes Dawn Division, the Dawn Division was a clue for morning side. Dawn, morning. When you have a division, you have sides. And that it got all the way through the book process without the title getting in there, even though it was originally
through. Yeah.
It was originally in there, and then we contacted this artist, and we had him draw the superheroes. And it's my fault. I told him this is going to be called Math Heroes, spelled with 1 H. And then when he responded, he's like, well, you have to have 4 separate drawings because you have to be able to move them around on the thing. And plus, I did kind of a Saturday morning funhouse thing where it's zooming out at you, Math Heroes. And we're super excited. Like, oh yeah, that's really neat. And then completely forgot about Dawn Division for almost a full year. And I was in Knoxville placing the coin under the playscape, and I raised my camera up to take a picture of it, of the sign, the Morningside sign. And it wasn't until I saw it through my camera that I realized, holy shit, I forgot to put Morningside in the answer. And so everyone, we stuffed all the errors into the thing. Anyway, that was the second one solved. Then we went Missoula. That was Emily Stevenson and her son Liam.
Okay.
That was a fun night. She sent, I want to say that was during the hectic day. She sent a note that's at about, I want to say 7 p.m. Texas time, maybe 8. And she said, the solution is Dragon Hollow Playground, outside trash can, or a trash outside support, whatever it was. She says, I used the letter home puzzle and Dragon Hollow Playground. Maybe it said Missoula. Anyway, and I was like, And she says, I'm going to travel there. And she'd said she was from Texas. And she sent this at 7 at night. And I was like, okay, well, you know, we don't say that you're correct. We do say when you're not correct. We say, don't go. But she says, I'm going to travel there. So the response was, be safe. So, you know, okay.
Go. Be safe.
When you solve something like that, and it absolutely spells out Dragon Hollow Playground, you know you're right.
Not a coincidence,
Right. 2 hours, maybe 3 hours later, a second note comes in from a different person. Dragon Hollow Playground, Missoula trash outside can. I'm contacting someone who's going to go. Now, this is like 10 at night or 11 at night. And I know that Emily Stevenson, there's no way she's going to get on a plane now.
Right.
So I recontact her, and she had not responded to the be safe. I contacted her and said, you should consider, rather than traveling, you should consider finding a local person to go get the thing. Because I knew that there's someone way closer than Emily. I let an hour go by and she hadn't responded. Now it's 11 o'clock or midnight. And I'm thinking to myself, she's going to be waking up in the morning, going down to the airport. She's going to be flying in. And while she's in flight, this other person in Missoula is going to be finding the coin. So my third reply to her, I said, you should strongly consider getting a local person to find the coin. It is possible that someone else might solve the puzzle and beat you to it. I'm as close as saying don't go as I possibly can. What I didn't realize was that she had solved the puzzle on her work or on her lunch break, had scheduled the plane flight for that night, and didn't send her email until she was already in the air.
Oh, so she's already flying out there.
She was already flying, so she wasn't getting my emails. Don't go. So she lands in Spokane, does a one-way rental from Spokane to Missoula.
Wow. She really wanted to find it.
Really wanted to find this thing, and had her son Liam with her. And at about, 4:30 a.m., because I wasn't sleeping,
They found it.
They found it, and the second person who solved it, within an hour, 47 minutes later, my hunter is there and can't find it. So I had to say, I said, I'm sorry, someone has just, literally beat you by less than an hour.
That's crazy.
So there was a lot of drama in that one. If it were a movie, you probably wouldn't believe it, but we have a lot of things like that where if it's a movie, you don't believe it. Then in Honolulu was the next one, was our next find. Steve Geller used what we're calling the Hawaii method. We're not calling it the Geller method. But Steve Geller figured out that the Aloha Natali High puzzle used the Hawaiian alphabet. And if you use the Hawaiian alphabet in that puzzle, which I think is right here, everyone who has a book will be familiar with it. It has beep, 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 beep. There we go. It's got numbers on it. And in the Hawaiian alphabet, it spells out Han, Hai, Paki, Pakiolani, Kui Kawa Noho. Han, Hai for Honolulu, Hawaii. Paki for the street that the park is on. Pakiolani is the park. And then Kui Kawa Noho translates into, in Hawaiian, it means special bench. And so that's where it was, at the special bench. Nobody else had that solution. Although, we don't tell people, hey, you're the only one with the solution. But Steve Geller sent that note in and said, hey, I've solved it. I'm using the, here's how it is. I'm trying to contact someone in the location. He uses what we're going to call the Hawaii method. And he reached a lady that works at a hotel nearby, the Lotus Hotel. Her name is Ann Mateo. She wasn't on the clock. I want to make that clear in case any of the Lotus employees at the hotel. It was before her shift. And she gets the phone call. She walks less than 1,000 feet. The coin is gone. And it's replaced by a QR code.
That's right.
Yeah, the QR code is another treasure hunt company. So here's, again, another story that's almost unbelievable. Another treasure hunt company had found the coin and put their own sticker there, Or the coin went missing before that, and they just happened to choose that.
I think they know it was a great spot. You beat
I don't
them.
know. Yeah, I mean, it's the Lord of all benches. If you've seen the
Right.
pictures, you know that if there's one bench on Earth you want to sit on, that's the bench you want to sit on. It has its own Google page, or its own Google Maps page. It is a Google location unto itself. So Anne goes back to work, works a full 7, 8, 9-hour shift, goes back to a second bench, because we knew that of all the locations, of all 11 locations, we thought that's the number one spot that's most likely to not have a coin. So we're going to need a backup, because we want the finder to have a backup. So we sent her to a bench that overlooks the ocean. That was our backup bench. The horrible view of Waikiki Beach and all the hotels and the sunset, absolutely. The coin was missing from there as well. So Jeff Kessler is just a horrible coin hider. He's 1 for 4. He did the Missoula coin, which was there, the Hollywood coin, not there, and then the 2 coins in Hawaii, both of which were missing. Now, we made a video earlier in the day and pulled it because we had left some people out of the Steve Geller solution. Desiree Hood, David Cohen. Steve wasn't the only person making phone calls. There were people who were
Right.
like, Steve had a support team. So we're going to be redoing that video to include everyone that was involved on Steve's side. Then we had Daytona Beach. That was the banners, where it just marks the swiping pattern on a keyboard. It doesn't have to be a phone keyboard. It actually, I think he said that he used well, I don't know. There we go. No. I can't see past my own. There we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a little swiping method on the banners there, and it spells out Daytona Beach, or actually it spells out Pavilion 2, Daytona Beach, Sun Splash, beneath bench. So pretty precise. And those swiping patterns, someone had said, well, what if I don't have a phone? Really? I mean, come on. I don't have a phone. I don't know what a keyboard is. I mean, come on, lady. You have a phone. Give me a break. I mean, come on. But it turns out he said that he was using, again, that was Matthew Haas, H-A-S-Z. He looked at the keyboard on the computer and said, hey.
Yeah, there you go.
He could just work it out that way.
Right.
And then Laura Bartell.
Yeah, Laurel. Yeah,
Laurel. Right. She was close enough that she drove down and found it practically at sunset. We haven't done their video yet because we're waiting for more photos. Apparently, Laurel has more photos and videos that she's going to send. So that's why that one hasn't gone out. But that was a fantastic location. And inside baseball here, I hid that coin and I drove the eastern part to hide that coin. And I threaded the needle between Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton.
Yeah, is that right? Milton, yeah.
I went after Helene and saw some damage on the paths that I took, and before Milton. And that's why we delayed the hunt for a week because of Milton. And as it turns out, the eye of Milton went directly over Daytona Beach on the backside. So our coin was literally in the eye of the hurricane, which is not the most devastating nature story we have. That's coming up. Finally, the bonus location was Austin, Texas. Of course, it was going to always be Austin because we're lazy. Why should we drive 700 miles we can drive when we can drive 22 miles? So that was Debbie Adams and her husband Dennis. She lives in the Houston area. She solved the blocks puzzle on the back of the thing, and she used the keyword, which is right. Nope. It's right on the other side of the page.
Bitcoin?
It's Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's one page. And all you've got to do is, it's just a grid. Whoops.
Right.
using the letters in Bitcoin,
Right.
PONIC, and then up here you've got 3 letters. It spells out PEASETREEHOUSE, Peas Treehouse, B, and then down here the same thing, OULDER, Boulder, Austin. So Peas Treehouse, Boulder, Austin. And in Austin, Texas, there's a thing called the Peas Treehouse. It's technically not a tree, but it has boulders you can sit on, and you can reach right under, find the coin, which is what Debbie did. So she was our second. She both solved and found the coin. So that's Barbara Hamrick and. No, wait a minute. I guess that was 3. No, that's our third one. Yeah. Our over under for people being both solvers and finders was 1. I didn't think more than one person would be able to both solve and find a coin. I just figured the odds of you solving a puzzle
in that area,
that you could get to and were close enough, the odds I thought were astronomical. It turns out it might be 3 and 11, but so far it's 3 and 7. And then our biggest catastrophe of the thing, even more than the mailing, was Roswell. So on our Roswell puzzle, which was solved by Jared Lyon, hooray for Jared!
Jared, yep,
brother of Allison Lyon.
Yep.
He also used the Hawaii method. He solved the puzzle, and the puzzle that he solved, and we don't have the video for that yet, but we're working on it. It's going to be close. Which puzzle did he solve? Where is it? It's got to be here somewhere. This is the book.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there you go, Eleanor. Where you're going, watch your step has been solved.
Watch your step. That one. Yeah. Where are you going? Right. Watch your step. Yes, that has been solved. It was announced as being solved.
New Mexico.
It was announced as being solved, but it was Roswell, New Mexico. Yeah. Braille.
Oh, interesting.
That's it. It's Braille. So consonants. Let's do it in 2 words. Consonants, Braille. If you use that puzzle and treat the consonants as Braille, it spells out Roswell, Enchanted Lands, Blue Bench. And that's all you needed. Now, Jared works at a university, and there are a lot of deaf students there. But he also, there are some blind students as well. So he knows a little bit. He actually knows a little bit of Braille. So he had that advantage. And of course, the where are you going on the left side of the page. Do you see it? Do you look? Why don't you see it? So the whole page is someone talking to someone, like maybe they're blind. So Jared solved it, and Jared used the Hawaii method. And the reason we're not calling it the Steve Geller method, the reason we're calling it the Hawaii method is because of Jared Lyon. When I was talking to Jared and doing the debriefing after his successful run, he said, I used the Hawaii method. So you can thank Jared Lyon for it being called the Hawaii method and not the Steve Geller method. So Jared started calling people in Roswell and saying, look, go to Enchanted Lands Park. There's a blue bench. You can get a coin. And they're all going, it's flooded. It's underwater. There's no way there's no way there's a coin there. I hid that coin. If you look up the news of when Roswell got a third of its rain in an hour.
Really?
On a night, that's the day that I hid the coin. I was driving out from Austin. I could see lightning in the distance. And when I got there that night, it was a little sprinkle. That was it. Just a little bit of sprinkles. I hid the coin. I drove back. As I drove back, the next night was the night of the deluge. The park, the Enchanted Lands Park, is also apparently a giant storm drain or something. I don't know. Really? But literally, when you see the pictures of it, well, the pictures online, I had a picture online that says no dangerous areas, and it's a raging torrent, and you can see a little, it's actually if you don't know what it is, it's hard to tell what it is. It's a disc golf.
Oh, yeah, I know what disc golf is.
And only the top 6 inches of the disc, you can't even see the basket. You can only see a little bit of the pull. So that's how deep the water was in that park. Now it was a week. No, was it a week later? It was. I hit it on the 18th or 19th, and he solved it on the 26th, something like that. So even a week later, when he was calling locals, oh no, it's underwater. It's underwater. It's not. No, it's never going to be there. Well, it wasn't underwater. The storm very quickly receded. So it was drained out in a day, but people just didn't want to go check. And plus, a random person calls you over the phone.
Yeah.
Go look for a coin in a flood zone.
Right.
So he finally found a guy, Miguel de Santiago, who owns a business in his home. He found him on Google, where he was literally walking distance from the park. And Miguel's picture that we put online was from that night when he drove out and just took a picture of his local park because he thought it was spectacular. So he literally drove. I mean, he drives by our coin or drives by that blue bench every single day. He said, "Yeah, I knew exactly which one you were talking about." So he just went down and plucked it out of there, and there it was. So yeah, so we had a hurricane, we had a flood. We had 2 coins go missing, technically 3 coins go missing, or 2 different locations. Who knows what the next 4? Next 4 things will bring?
There are 4 that have not been solved. Correct.
Right.
Can you show which puzzles those are, real quick, just to make sure people are clear?
Yeah, let me take a look. Let's see.
4 left to be found. $1,000 each.
Better not use the book that has my handwriting, where the solutions are written right in the book.
And just to be clear, if somebody was to order right now, you will send them the PDF, correct?
If someone orders right now, they immediately get the PDF. And when I say immediately, I don't mean we have a robot that can do it. I mean that someone has to actually physically send the PDF. So within 12 hours, the PDF will be sent. And in all likelihood, unless I'm asleep, it's going to be within 2 hours. If you send it at 3 a.m., instantly, I will, because I'm awake at 3 a.m.
You're up.
All night. You don't want to know what hours I've been up this week. It's ridiculous. So it's Omar at the Wire.
Okay.
And
Omar at the Wire.
From Dr. Zhivago to NASCAR. That's the double spread. I couldn't remember the title of the other one. So that's one that has to be solved.
Christina Payne saying she's waiting on her email. So when we're done, send her the PDF.
Send me if you haven't got your book, send an email to thegreatustrurehunt@gmail.com, and I will send you a PDF. It is possible that there are so many Facebook posts, and I was trying to find all of them and send emails. And someone today said, "Oh, you don't even have your email on your website." Yes, we do have the email on the website. Send an email. Oh, this one, XVIIVX.
XVI. Okay, Caesar. Okay, still unsolved. Everybody.
This is the blurry solution that Jared Lyon got.
Right.
And this was the puzzle that was in the book, but in our ad, he froze frame it and found the old one. Oh, and the other Watch Your Step. Watch Your Step. Pharaoh's not here, man.
Watch Your Step. Pharaoh's not here. Not solved. Okay.
With the sarcophagus. Yeah.
We got Rome. We got Egypt. We got Omar. And what's the last one that has not been solved?
It is, what's the difference? The difference is what?
Oh, now we have the U.S. What's the difference?
What's the difference? The difference is what?
Okay. $4,000 up for grabs, everybody.
$4,000 up for grabs. We were looking into doing an Amazon version of the book.
Yeah.
And Amazon has many different. You can send a JPEG, you can send an EPUB, you can send a PNG, you can send a TIFF, you can send a PDF. And every version we've tried has got progressively worse. I think the first version we tried was EPUB. And our book, anyone who's seen it knows there's lots of little graphics and tiny print in some areas. And the EPUB version was not good enough. It just wasn't there. The second one we sent was worse. And the third one, there were graphics from page 5 that were like on the title page. And so we're still trying to get that worked out. But if you send an email to thegreatustrurehunt@gmail.com, we will get you the PDF as soon as possible. Now, the question is, could we possibly have missed your book in the mail? No.
Oh, okay.
No. Every single book, 100% went out. So if you still haven't gotten your book, send an email, but 100% that's the post office. Will we ever involve the post office in a time critical hunt in the future?
Right.
No, we will never involve the post office.
The only way to do it is email. Is the email is the only way to make it fair, I think. Yeah.
Well, not ironically, but Jared Lyon also competes in the National Puzzle Solvers Olympiad or something like that. And so Jared and I had a long conversation, and he said, in the National Puzzle Solvers something or other contest, you're sent a PDF file, but it's password protected.
Interesting. Okay.
And so you in the 30-day run-up or whatever to the National Puzzle Solvers thing, they send you emails with this PDF, but it's password protected. On the morning of the contest,
it's an interesting idea.
Everyone gets sent the password.
Okay.
Then you can open the password
at the same time.
It would have been fantastic if we'd known this beforehand.
Yeah. Well, live and learn, right? It's a learning process.
Live and disappoint hundreds of people and learn.
We know you guys are trying your best. I mean,
you're definitely trying to make things right. Like literally. But here's the thing: Kessler's never going to watch this far through. He'll never watch this video this far through, and that's okay. So So that whole day, that Saturday,
right?
Jeff, turn off. Jeff, don't watch now. Just turn off. Just end. This is it. This is the end of the video for you. You don't have to watch anymore. I've already done all the don't watch anymore. That's it. Don't watch anymore. Kessler, turn off. Seriously. That day was a memorial for Jeff's fiance.
Oh.
She had died suddenly months ago.
What?
It just, it was out of the blue. It was died suddenly.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be there. I couldn't be there. There was hundreds of people. I was disappointing. And so the entire day that I'm sitting there sending emails to people and stitching stuff together, I'm thinking to myself, I don't have it so bad.
You're supposed to be at this memorial instead.
If this is the worst, if this is the worst that's happening on today for me, there's other people in another place who are experiencing something on a level that I don't ever, ever hope to experience. Right. So it was a bad day, but it could have been.
Gotcha.
It would be
in perspective. It puts.
But you're never going to involve the U.S. Post Office again, other than whatever. And then another thing, there were so many people online. Oh, this, that, and the other thing, and we knew all this, and blah, 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 blah. We sold hundreds of books. Everyone knew how it was going to be delivered, and we said, here's how it's going to be done. You know how many people warned us?
That there would be issues? Oh, zero?
Nobody warned us. If we'd had one person from a shipping place, here's the thing. If we had partnered up with the guy that I wanted to partner up with, the comic book guy, I'm sure that in our conversations going along, I would have said, here's what we want to do. We want to mail all these and on the same day. And he would have said, well, there's going to be way staggered. In our experience, they've only been in business for a couple of years doing these mailings, but he would be able to say to me, there's no way it's going to be 2 to 4 days. There's going to be people 5, 6, 7 days.
Right.
And I was like, well, how are we going to do? How are we going to find another thing? Well, we would have found another way, obviously, because the PDF solution does exist. But nobody warned us. It's still on us. It's still on us.
Yeah.
But it would have been, it would have been fantastic if out of the blue someone would have gone, Dave, maybe not. Maybe this isn't going to work. But we made the mistake. We own it, and it's never going to happen again. We've already got the comic book. We've already got the next one planned. But if we do it, it's either going to be with an established distributor or not. Because if we can't get an established guy to send out all the comic books, then they'll just be PDFs.
Gotcha.
We won't make print versions that we have to mail out, because that'd
be cheaper for you anyway, I guess, to do it. But
well, that wasn't the thing, though. That was the whole thing was
you want a book.
I want something. I want to have something in my hand, right? I mean,
Right.
we're already in too much of an electronic society where everything is just forgotten and erased and hit delete and it goes away. I mean, this
Right.
you got to actually physically throw it in the trash if you want to get rid of it. You can't just forget to turn the computer on or forget a password and I can't access my email anymore.
Right.
It's like, well, I can access my book whenever I want. I can
You
pick that
take
up.
it with you, boots on the ground.
Yeah, because it's a solid thing.
So Lorraine says maybe the mail-in ballots slowed everything down in the post office. I guess that's a possibility.
I don't know. I don't think so. If you go into any post office now, even, gosh, there's one. It's a flat rate envelope. I want to say $15.95, and they say 1, 2, 3 days for an extra $15.95. 1, 2, 3 days, and the word above it, typical.
Yeah, typical. So they don't
Well,
guarantee.
in other words, we don't know. Maybe 1, maybe
Right.
2, maybe 3. It's typical, but maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe
That's
6.
how hard the guy wants to work that day.
Yeah, exactly. So,
all right, we have a question.
I will answer all questions. I will take all arrows.
Question for Dave. Of the remaining puzzles, if you solve it correctly, do you get something that tells you exactly where to go? Meaning no guesswork is involved if you solve it correctly.
Yes, I think there were 2 blue benches underwater in Roswell. So, is that exact? I think it's exact. There's only 2 blue benches. For $500, go search both benches.
Right. Let's not talk about benches. All right?
But if someone comes up with a solution, we've had a lot of people sending incorrect solutions. And we don't give anyone a correction or a nudge another way. We just say, nope, that's not the way to go. Is it Centennial Park, Bend, Oregon? I used the thing.
Yeah.
No, you're incorrect. Don't start. And it doesn't hurt to say the one that has had the most incorrect solutions is the from Dr. Zhivago to NASCAR, Omar at the Wire. That one is the one that has had the most guesses that are just not right.
Interesting. Okay.
But then we also don't say, well, you're almost there. We're not going to give someone
a partial. Yeah.
Right. But if someone says, oh, sorry. Yeah.
So Debbie has a question, but I'm not sure. Maybe you can understand. So you're saying once somebody is a solver, they can't be a solver again, right? You only win once.
As a solver, they can't be a solver, but they can be a finder.
So maybe that answers Debbie's question. It says someone could still buy in with the help of someone who already solved a puzzle, even though the solver can't win again. Somebody could still buy in.
Right. So
somebody who was a solver already.
You can get help. I mean, I'm sure there's a team somewhere that has 12 to 15 people on it.
Yeah, exactly.
And only 2 of those people are going to be
a
solver and a finder. And those 15 people, if they solve another one, they'll pick a different solver. They may not have the right finder, though. They may, like we've said before, we don't care who the solver or the finder is.
Yeah. Right.
We're going to send one person. We're going to send one person a check, and if they want to divide it up, then they can divide it up.
To be clear, you and Jeff hid all the coins yourselves, correct?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
That's quite an undertaking. So you went to 11 different states, basically.
Except for the one in Texas where we live literally just minutes from it. Yeah, we went to 10 different states.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you put in the work for sure. Now, I know you have some rules in the book about east of the Mississippi, west. So with the states that have been solved, can somebody figure out the state that's remaining, do you think?
Let's see. I've got a map
right
here.
I haven't done it myself yet. So I was just, so you could mark off the 7 states that have already been found in, and then you've got some rules in the book about adjoining state capitals, etc. So I was wondering if a smart treasure hunter out there might be able to figure out a state, even though you haven't figured out a puzzle yet.
Okay, what have we got so far? Honolulu and Austin are both capitals. We've so far had 2 on the border of the Pacific. Remember, we always said at least 2, not just 2. We've had 1 border the Atlantic so far, Florida, because Florida borders both the Atlantic and the Gulf Coast. And
so it sounds like there's still too many
we
states.
don't have a Great Lakes state yet.
Up in the Michigan area, Great Lakes
There,
state.
there
Okay.
are 2 Great Lakes states. Now, however, it's not going to help you. If you
Right.
figure out, I mean, if you can do that trigonometry of it gets down to only one state, it must be this state. Well, how does that help you? You're still
you still got to find where it is. Yeah.
You still got to solve the puzzle. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know, oh, it's in Montana. Well, okay.
Right.
What
it's
else?
A big state. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't send in 37 guesses
Right.
of 37 parks in Montana that you've heard of, because we know you're not doing it. We know you're not actually solving a puzzle.
So if you live in one of the Great Lakes states, you may still want to buy in. You've got a chance to 2 chances for $1,000, or if you know somebody that lives there, they can go boots on the ground for you. You just never know.
I mean, the irony was the only 2 states we didn't sell a single book in were Alaska and Hawaii.
Right, and that's when the one. That's funny.
We guaranteed both states, and we have now sold 1 book in Hawaii.
Copper Dan is up in that area. That's right, Sandy. I may have to reach out to him, see if he bought in or not. Okay.
Well, yeah, you can live anywhere and solve something,
of course,
and have a finder somewhere else. So,
or fly out there if you want to go on vacation.
I mean, you could live in Glendale where one of the coins was found, and you could still partner with someone somewhere else, and come away as a winner there. Yeah, absolutely. And we've dropped the price, and we'll probably maybe drop it a little farther. It's $22, but if you wait till tomorrow, it'll probably be $19. We'll probably drop it. $19 will probably be our final price. It'll probably
breaking news, everybody.
Breaking news. It'll probably be tomorrow, and maybe now that I've said it, I might have to actually go and change it immediately, because otherwise, someone will complain about $3. It'd be like Better Off Dead. I want my $3.
$2. Yeah, that's right.
Was it $2?
It was $2 in the movie. Yeah, the paper boy was $2.
Better Off Dead.
David says, I'm going to ask a question. Will a solution be in words? I'm not sure how else it would be other than words.
Well, there have been solutions in pictures, like John Jude Palancar in The Secret.
For sure.
He drew, like the outline of a water tower, or
masquerade, the finger through the eye and through the
Well, yeah, but wasn't it?
Even those was pointed to letters, so you had words you figured out.
But no, John Jude's, I want to say the Chicago one had the water tower in it.
Yeah.
It had a fence in it.
Right.
And there were things that you could look at that literally, if you knew all of these things, you could triangulate where to go to. That's not us.
Gotcha.
It's not us. So there aren't trees that are special, or, this is the outline of a mountaintop that if you're in one particular spot, you can see a thing. At least not this version of the comic book. Next time, who knows? Next time is going to be way more comic booky. It'll be, if you see a spread like this, it's not going to be a picture and words. It'll be panels.
Like a comic book. Okay.
It'll be panels, and all 2 pages are going to be, so there's a monk in a monastery who's copying stuff off, and he's going to go down to the catacombs because he wants to escape the monastery, but he needs some treasure, and he needs some gold to be able to go, because he's got a pile of poverty. He's copying stuff into a thing. That's all he does. So that'll be one of the stories: a detective noir story, a superhero story, a fantasy adventure, swords and sorcery. So there's a lot of different genres, and they'll all have different types of solutions.
Are you doing another 10 states, or you don't know how many the next?
You still want to aim for 10, because 10's a nice round number, and who knows if we'll do a bonus. But 10 is, I think, the minimum. Now that we've done 10, we got to probably do 10 again. If we do it again.
Yeah, of course, there's always that. So conceivably, Texas is a Gulf state, and Florida is a Gulf state and an Atlantic state.
Florida is both a Gulf and Atlantic state. That is correct.
Okay, well, true. So that's true, Debbie. Good reasoning there. Okay, so the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt. Yes, the post office posed some issues, but they're making it right. You will get a PDF. You order it, you get the PDF in a matter of hours.
Right.
And there's 4 still out there. $4,000 up for grabs for $19. Come on, people.
Right.
What else do you want?
Oh, you just said 19, so now I definitely have to change it.
Sorry. 20, 22, or 19. One of those.
Right.
Somewhere in that zone. Okay. Well, I think so. Would you say it's a successful hunt? You guys happy with the numbers so far?
We are happy with the fact that people have found the coins. That
Yeah.
we could always have more sales, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, we've got 7 winners and 4 to come. And
Yeah.
the one thing I'm not happy with is that not one single local media outlet picked up on, hey, we've had a local treasure. We've had someone win a local treasure hunt.
Because you
And
sent out like the press wire thing, right?
well, not just the press wire, but
Okay.
because we knew obviously where the coins were,
Right.
a week before the hunt started, we sent emails in to
I
newsrooms
see.
specifically in those locations to kind of soften them up.
Gotcha.
We were almost 100% sure they weren't going to run a story in advance, because that's kind of like advertising. Like, oh, if you buy this book, you might win a thing.
Right.
But we were pretty confident that at least smaller market would, once there was a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that's a story. Now we're not selling something.
Right.
Hey, we have a winner.
Who found it, and how'd you find it? Yeah.
Right. How did you do it? Oh, I partnered with someone, and you're still eligible to win somewhere else in the country. But we haven't had any media coverage afterwards. So that's the one major disappointment, is to not have like one scrap of media coverage. And we came close in Hawaii. Both of our emails, the preparatory email, we had someone from the weekend news contact us. Hey, this sounds interesting. And we gave her all the information. You can use all our information from the website, et cetera, et cetera. I'll try and put this together. And the story never ran. Then when we got the call from Steve saying, hey, I'm looking for someone, we sent an email to the same lady. Hey, we've got a winner coming up here in Honolulu. Remember us from only a week ago? And you said you were going to run a story. Now you're going to have a winner. Oh, that's fantastic. Let's put some things together. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
We had the winner. We sent the winner's information to the lady. Oh, we're going to put the thing. Never ran the story. So that was the number. I guess that's the number one disappointment, is that no media coverage at all. What can you do?
Interesting.
What can you do?
Yeah, you can't control that. That's true. No. So what are you gonna do? Okay, well, 4 left. Who knows how long?
A coin in a flood. How is that not a story?
Yeah, right.
A coin that passed through the eye of a hurricane. And
it was still
there. A lady traveled from Texas to Montana. How? Right. I mean, come on. Okay,
They're
well,
good stories. They're great stories.
Where's that sharp knife?
Busy news day, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how long it takes for the last 4 to be found. It'll be interesting if weeks go by and people just aren't getting it. So that'll be interesting. We'll see.
I doubt it. I doubt it. But if something happens, then we'll do a either Christmas Eve hint or something like that. But we're way far away from that. We've still got 4 to go. I don't think so. Maybe.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah.
4 to go. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody has the book, and I have the book. I just haven't had time really to spend on it. We've been busy with a lot of things. And of course, World Series of Fenn, our treasure hunter meetup next year is February 1 weekend, 2025. So of course we want you to come back, Dave.
Oh,
and, we've got some exciting news that we'll share with you later on. That
well, I won't share it with anyone.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody.
How many subscribers? Did you get over the number for subscribers?
We did hit 5,000. Yeah, we did hit 5,000 today on Halloween.
Nice.
So who knows where we'll be on Halloween of next year? We'll see.
Well done.
But yeah, Treasure Hunt Amusement Park's alive and well. There's a lot of things going on, and we're excited. So $4,000 left. Great U.S. treasure hunt. Get your book / PDF now. Exactly.
And we promise that if you still don't have your book, I promise you it's still on the way. But send us an email. We'll get you a PDF. Right. But yeah, all of those books went out the 22nd on time before noon.
And is Minnesota one of the Great Lakes? It is one of the Great Lakes states, right? Minnesota.
Looking at a map that doesn't have the lake, it looks like Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania,
That many?
New York. There's a lot of Great Lakes states.
A lot. Ed Brody was just saying that, do you know much about the Minnesota treasure hunt community? We have a huge fraternity here, over 100 hunts a year. Yeah, nice. They have a lot of treasure hunters in Minnesota. So maybe in the future.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Ed, you need to have more people ordering from Minnesota.
Yeah. Oh, there's a hint directly from maybe.
No.
All right. Okay.
You can partner with someone if it's not in Minnesota. You can partner with someone anywhere else in the country, so that you don't have to travel. But isn't Minnesota about to be very cold?
Yeah, I don't know about snow. How far until that comes? But that's. But you know what? Those people are so crazy. They search in the snow. They don't care. They do it year round.
I've seen them
Medallion hunt and all that stuff. They're out there.
Yeah, you've seen at Vikings games. They're only wearing the horns and nothing else.
Exactly.
Just the horns, and then they painted a V. They're purple. Yeah. They're insane. It's just crazy.
All right. So Truck and Treasure says he just emailed you for a PDF, and also the person that said it earlier, they should have emailed you by now. So Dave's on it. Dave will take care of it. Thanks for coming on. You always got an open invitation. Let us know what's going on with the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt.
Awesome.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel because we have a lot more coming up. We've been live twice earlier today with breaking news, and we'll see everybody down the road. All right.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks. Thank you.
And thanks everyone for ordering. Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy hunting.
And happy Halloween, everybody.
And happy Halloween.